Hey, Kelly Sarnoff with the Mobility WOD. Really excited this year to be part of the Whole Life Challenge. What we want to do over the next 8 weeks is present you with some context and some constructs to understand better your own body. And understand that as we talk about improving your health and we talk about improving your movement practice, we're also talking about improving your tissue health and your positional competence. And what we're going to do is give you guys a simple concept, and then it's your job to work it out during the week. Now, one of the things that we feel strongly about is as we begin this conversation about you understanding your body and taking responsibility for your body, is that we can make very, very simple principles. One of the most simple principles is this. If a position is important to you, then what we want you to do is actually spend time in that position. Now, one of the problems with that is that people are like, well, what positions do I need to be in? Well, it's very simple. The root language of strength conditioning, pushing and pulling, squatting all the way down, right? Being able to hip hinge and things like this. This is the root language of physiology, and it's not an accident that the basic tenets of how I'm supposed to move get reflected in a complete movement practice. So whether you're a yogi, whether you practice Pilates, whether it's CrossFit or kettlebell training, it turns out that all human beings are required to have this basic functional foundation in position. One of the things that we're going to do, again, one of the things that's important is that you'll notice that in the Olympics, for example, that a lot of gymnasts are pretty competent in this overhead position. And if you look at a gymnast day to day, you'll notice they actually spend a lot of time upside down and walking on their hands. And part of it is the body obeys this basic principle, which is use it or lose it. So one of the first things that we're going to do on your first homework assignment is going to do what we call the 10-minute squat test. And the goal here, through the course of the day, is to try to aggregate 10 minutes in the bottom position of your squat. What you're going to see is this is very simple. Feet are just in roughly any position that allows me to get all the way down. What I am looking at, though, is trying to keep my feet straight. This is an important concept because it forces my ankle to have full range of motion. Now, I can let my back reverse in the bottom and hang out like I was at a campfire or eating dinner in Thailand. Ultimately, full range of motion in this position means that I should be able to get my back flat. But remember, we're trying to develop positional competence and tissue tolerance in this bottom shape. And a lot of times, the only way you're going to be able to hold on to this is if you hold on to something. So if you grab a door frame or hold on to a chair. But the idea here is I should easily be able to hang out in this bottom position for long periods of time. So your first piece of homework this week is to try to collect 10 minutes a day in this bottom position. It doesn't have to be consecutive. It can be moving around and not concurrent. Hold on if you need to. Change your shape and change your position out of there. Take a rest, get the knees vertical, stand back up, stretch, then drop back and down. But understanding that this is the peak and probably most important athletic position we see as human beings, and we're wretched working the bottom range. This is the fullest expression of hip range of motion, inflection, of ankle range of motion. See if you can collect 10 minutes in this bottom position, and we'll see you next week.